Today at the White House, President Trump signed an executive order aimed at ending cashless bail. Under the order, jurisdictions that allowed accused criminals to be released without paying bail first will be barred from receiving federal grants. Here's the president explaining it all during the signing.
They kill people and they get out. Cashless bail. They thought it was discriminatory to make people put up money because they just killed 3 people lying on a street. Any street all over the country, cashless bail. We're ending it, but we're starting by ending it in D.C., and that we have the right to do through federalization.
CBS News Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cortez, fellow boothmate over there at 1600, joins us now. Nancy, good to see you. What exactly does this executive order end up doing, best we can tell?
Hey, Ed, good to see you. We are keeping the booth warm for you here at the White House. What this executive order aims to do is eliminate cashless bail in cities and states across the country by basically threatening to withdraw federal funds from states that don't get rid of this program. This is a threat that the administration has been wielding more and more frequently recently when states and cities have policies that they don't like. In this case, what President Trump says he doesn't like is the fact that people who commit crimes no longer have to put up money in order to get out of jail. A judge can just allow someone to go free without any kind of monetary payment. This is usually something that applies to nonviolent offenses. Obviously, people who are deemed violent are required generally to remain in jail awaiting trial. But they're allowed to, to go free with electric monitoring or something like that before their trial. The president argued today that because these people have no skin in the game, they go on to commit crimes again, and that cashless bail is really at the root of the crime problem here in America. But D.C.'s mayor, who has been pushing back against the president on a number of issues related to crime lately, Ed, she said that they're no stranger to cashless bail here in the district, but that what they have found has really helped prevent repeat criminal activity is that they've expanded their ability to detain people who are deemed violent, who are accused of violent crimes. Yeah. And she was skeptical that this executive order would have much of an impact.
In that same setting, the president also signed an executive order today directing the Justice Department to investigate instances of flag burning. Even though the Supreme Court ruled back in 1989 the practice is protected under the First Amendment. Let's listen first to how the president defended this executive order.
Through a very sad court, I guess it was a 5-4 decision, they called it freedom of speech. But there's another reason, which is perhaps much more important. It's called death. Because what happens when you burn a flag is the area goes crazy. If you have hundreds of people, they go crazy. You could do other things. You can burn this piece of paper. But when you burn the American flag, it incites riots.
I've never heard of someone dying because a flag was burned, but what exactly is he trying to get at with this executive order?
Well, he wants the punishments for flag burning to be increased, and he wants federal agents to go after people who burn flags at a protest. As you pointed out, Ed, this is something that the Supreme Court deemed to be free speech back in 1989, but the court is more conservative now, and the president is directing his attorney general to look for a test case so that they can try to get that ruling overturned.
All right. We'll see if they find one. Nancy Cortez, Chief White House correspondent, CBS News. Thank you. See you soon. And we'll see you on the evening news.